You are not going to believe the amount of black morels or burn morels that I have found in this patch. Hey, good morning everyone. It is about 5 a.m. and I woke up and I wanted to go find some mushrooms. So I'm going up to the mountains and I'm going to go look for some black morels. I hear they're still popping, and my best chance of finding black morel mushrooms this time of year here in Colorado at this specific elevation is up in last year's burn areas. So if we check out the maps on Gaia GPS here, all right, so the absolute easiest way to find historic wildfires in your area is use Gaia GPS. Go to layers, wildfires, historical. So as you can see here, if we click on any one of these, it'll tell you exactly the name of the fire and the year that it actually occurred. So this was last year's. That is, most likely a really good spot. I like to go and check the previous year's burns. The elevation's right. It goes up to 10,000 feet. The only problem is a lot of this might still be blocked off. So I always check maps. This is a federal map here. It kind of tells you what's going on. This yellow just means no camping. All the green's good to go. So hopefully we can find some black morels today. Yeah, this should be a good trip. If you guys are interested in Gaia GPS, it's probably the best tool you could possibly ask for, not only for doing this kind of stuff, looking for, old wildfires to find certain kind of mushrooms, but talk about an awesome camping app or, off-roading app. This is absolutely the best. There's a discount code below if you're interested, but let's go up there. Let's look for some black morel mushrooms, and I got to get some coffee because I'm still sleeping. All right, I'll see you guys up there. It is kind of late in the season for the black morel mushrooms, but the only reason I'm out here is because I saw another post on Facebook, somebody posting pictures that they found some. They didn't say exactly what elevation, but I'm going to walk around and, you can't find any unless you try, right? So, worst case scenario, I get an awesome hike today. So let's continue on, and hopefully we can find some black morels. There's a hummingbird right there. I noticed my first black morel here. It's obviously not any good anymore, but we know they're here. We know they're growing here. This is a great sign. Now, usually lower elevation, they pop sooner in the year. Higher elevation, they pop later. So we still have a couple miles ahead of us. I'll just keep my eyes on the ground. Hope we can find more of these in better condition. That's a big one too. When it was full, when it wasn't dry, that's a big one. I'm just gonna leave that here, let it spore out, and we'll continue the hike. That's awesome. I wasn't sure if I was gonna find anything. So now that I know that there's mushrooms, there's black morel mushrooms up here, I'm walking a little bit slower, paying a little more attention. There's tons of pine cones everywhere. So it makes it difficult to actually spot them quickly, because pine cones at first glance do look like morel mushrooms. So I'm just taking my time. I do see some indicator mushrooms down in there, little orange things. The mushroom I found was right down there. I came up here. I'm gonna keep walking this way, keep my head to the ground. And if we're super lucky, might find a nice cluster. I guess if I can't find anything, we can try a different spot. There are a few other roads. A lot of it's closed off for public access due to the fires. I just got lucky here. This is actually the third trailhead that I tried that I was able to get access to. But I think we should be able to maybe get a little bit higher up. I found, man, if I would have been a week earlier, maybe 2 weeks, no, about a week. Look at these things. Oh man, these were huge about a week ago. Here's another one. Just a week too late. Look at that. This one here, oh man, that one would have been like a pound right there. All right, so we are just underneath some medium-sized pine trees. There's pine needles on the ground. They were growing straight up out of it. And holy cow, man. Just a week late. But I think we still could have luck if we find somewhere with higher elevation. We know that the mycelium is here. We know that the mushrooms can exist at least up to this elevation. We found some down below, and I'm pretty sure if we keep going, see, these are a little bit fresher than the one I found below. Yeah, it's full of bugs, but it's soft. You see that? That's actually probably edible right there, but I'm not gonna mess with it. That's awesome. All right, let's keep moving. I have a good feeling about today. So if we're gonna find any morels, that's gonna be our last chance, at least for this mountain. All right, I see a few more. They do look better. These ones might be keepers. Oh, they're a little too dry. But it's a real nice patch of bigger ones here. I mean, compared to my hand. And we're pretty much at the very top here. So I don't think we're gonna find anything worth keeping on this mountainside, unfortunately. Man, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more up here. Here's another one. Ooh, that's a keeper. That's actually a keeper right there, underneath, coming through. They're still popping. Oh, awesome. It's only one. I'm gonna throw that one in the bag. Look at that. It's like a gray. There's gotta be more around here. I just gotta keep my eyes open. One mushroom. Maybe we can find more. I don't know. Here I just found a hawkwing mushroom in my bag here. I'm actually gonna leave that behind. I cooked some up yesterday with my porcini find from that video, and I ended up not liking how they tasted, so I'm actually just gonna leave that here. Maybe that'll spore out and we can have some of those for future years. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy. I'm gonna clean that dirt up first. Here's a couple more. Look at these guys. Again, they're dry, but I don't see any bugs. I could rehydrate these. I can't believe how lucky I got to find these things. Usually when I come out, I don't find anything, and I usually don't really expect to. I always look at things like, oh, you know, expect the worst, but hope for the best. And here's another one down here. Oh, that's a keeper. That one's still good. Oh man, this is awesome. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna head over there. I'm gonna look around a little bit, and if we can't find anything over there, I'm gonna call it for the day. We did really good, even though they're dried mushrooms. They're basically just dehydrated, unless I find a lot of bugs in them. But basically all I have to do is clean them up real good, let them soak in water. So I'm just here trimming up my mushrooms, taking all the dirt off and everything. And I just got a text from Patreon. Stephen Reed pledged $20. Thanks so much, man. Man, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. You guys have no idea how much that helps. You guys, even if it's $1, even if it's just watching my video, you don't have to pay anything. But when you guys support the channel, there's a little blue join button below, or Patreon. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. So thanks so much, Stephen, and all my other patrons. All right, so I'm here setting up a waypoint so I can come back next year, and I'm just looking around on the ground here, And of course, I do find another black morel right here. Definitely in a really good patch here. This one here, obviously, that one is buggy compared to the others. That one's too far gone. This is the kind of terrain that they're in. All right, I found a nice cluster here. Unfortunately, these are too far gone. See that? But there was a nice cluster there. Some bugs under there. They're gonna have, at least the bugs get to eat. Man, I have enough right now, but I'm already up here. I'm still gonna head over to that other hilltop and keep my eyes to the ground. Might as well grab them. They're just gonna rot away if I don't take them, so. Let's get them. All right, so check this out, guys. Right here in this tree hole, I can see some morels down in there. They're still fresh, actually. And it's not only in this one, right? If we come over here, I just looked over. There's another one right there. So they're liking the shade. So if you're ever up looking for these things, keep your eyes underneath. Yeah, that one's still good. That one's totally fresh. I just have to get it out of there without breaking it. Yeah, that worked. Right here. Oh, it's a big one too. It's all covered in dirt, but it's fresh. Oh, look at that one. Oh man, look at these things. Holy cow. These are fresh, but they have like some kind of mold on them. They might not be good to eat, but man, that's where to look. All right, so I am headed into a burned out, dense forest of smaller pine trees, and I'm looking at the ground over here. Found a nice cluster of morels. I can't tell if they're good. These might be keepers, actually. A nice little cluster. There's another one there. There's a bunch more there. There's one right there. There's a whole bunch right here. These are absolutely still soft. These are total keepers, and they're literally, guys, everywhere. Look at this. There's one there. There's two there. There's one there. There's a cluster up here. Look at this. They're everywhere, man. And I just stepped into this perfect habitat here. I'm not gonna have enough room in my bags. There's another cluster right there. There's another one there. Wow. This is crazy. Man, I cannot stop. Look how big these are. I cannot stop filming. Look at this. I mean, that one right there, and these aren't blacks. These are burn morels. All right, guys, I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna collect as many as I can. I'll get them in my bag. And honestly, man, I might have to make a second trip. They're literally everywhere. There's so many mushrooms here. I don't even stand up. I just crawl to the next one. There's so many of them. A couple back in here, fresh ones, little ones. my bag is maybe 50 feet up that way, and I have an entire mountainside of mushrooms here. There's obviously way too many for just me. So if you guys want to join me next year, I'm gonna be revealing the location. So what I'm gonna do is for my officer level patrons and channel members, I'm gonna actually share the location of this place and send out invitations next year so we can all fill our bags. Because I mean, look at this. There's a morel right there. There's a cluster right there. Look at this. There's just way too many for one person. Look at this. Here, 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 there, right here, more over here. The entire hillside. Look, more. There's a cluster there. There's fresh ones over there. This is crazy, guys. So, I don't know how I can end this video any better. I'm like standing in the middle of heaven right now. I can show you a roundup of all the mushrooms that I end up finding. It's gonna be more than I can actually physically carry out of here. Even though it's all downhill, my pack is gonna be completely full. I'm gonna fill my cargo pockets with mushrooms. And I'm not gonna cook at the end of this video. I have other videos showing how to cook these things. So if you're interested in that, check out the links below to my other mushroom videos. And yeah, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 13, like giant clusters of mushrooms everywhere. So you're gonna see a lot of mushrooms at the end of this video. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. All right, so in here I have all my choice ones. These are all the fresh ones. And in this other bag, I put all the dry ones that I found in the beginning there. And I'm actually gonna clip this onto my belt here as I walk out. So, because these ones here, they're dry and they're actually sporing out. So as I walk, this mesh bag will allow the spores to spread spores around for next year. There's Krusty Rusty. And here we have approximately 200 or so morel mushrooms here. I'll give you a quick look at some of them. This is the biggest one. There's that one, and then there's another one. This one here was actually about the same size, but a lot of it was rotted, so I cut that part off. But there's some nice big clusters here. Some of the dried ones, this cluster here was completely dry, but now it's perfect again. I just let them soak for a while. And yeah, there you go, man. So if you're still watching, you're one of the 42%. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dry out 3 nice size ones. I'm gonna actually dehydrate most of this, but I'm gonna send somebody 3 really nice ones. All you have to do is leave a comment down below, make sure you're subscribed, and once I verify that, I'll send you 3 nice mushrooms. I'll pick somebody at random and I will announce it in the community tab. So thanks so much for watching once again. This is absolutely the best Burn Morel. Actually, these are the first Burn Morels I've ever found. So yes, it's the best. And there's another hummingbird. And there's the hummingbird. Bye-bye. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left, so thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really gonna like the other ones linked here, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.